guys, hope you're doing well. I know it's been a hot minute since I posted a video, and lots gone on since that last month. I took a social media fast for a weekend, and that just happened to be when all this drama, Dramageddon 2.0 popped off, and I couldn't check it. And not only that, apparently a scandal happened with Pro Jared, who is a gaming guru on YouTube, and I try to stay up with as much of that as I can, just because I teach middle schoolers and I like to give the impression that I might be somewhat cool and be able to reference these things. So I unfortunately couldn't catch everything that was going on. I was able to text a few people, including Part-Time Woman, and get the gist of everything that was happening, so I could show up Sunday and act, somewhat knowledgeable. But since then, of course, I've caught up and just kind of shake my head at everything, because when push comes to shove, we're talking about multi-millionaires, and we're talking about things that should have been covered in private being made extremely public. And you have to kind of wonder, was that contrived? Was that just made to increase drama? Was it something that truly was that painful to Tati and so forth, and she had to put it into a public forum like that because she was truly afraid? I don't know. And as far as the Pro Jared controversy, that's not even a controversy. He cheated on his wife. He apparently has some very scandalous things going on that I'm not going to get into, but that's not a scandal. That's just a horrible human being, and taking it out on somebody that he's supposed to be committed to. So anyway, that's not why you're here. You're not here to hear any of that. You're here for an Ipsy Bag reveal any of that, which I am going to do. But before I do that, I thought it could be fun if I shared with you a couple of the things that over this last month I found that I'm in love with suddenly. And not that anybody really cares, but I thought, well, it could be interesting. I don't know. But we, about a week and a half ago, got back from a trip to California, and we went to see my daughter Megan graduate college, and it was a great trip. We had a lot of fun, with the exception of me getting violently ill Friday night. That was not fun, but it was just like a 12-hour virus type thing, and I got over it thankfully in enough time to attend the party for her graduation, and felt okay, felt a little weak, felt a little run down, but I'm still recovering from that actually. And one of the things that I found before I went on the trip, because I live in Missouri and I don't go outside when the sun is out and my legs like in shorts or anything like that. So they're very, very pale. And one of the dresses that I was considering wearing was a little bit above the knee. And so I found, after doing some research, the Sally Hansen Airbrush Legs, and saw some really good reviews on it. And I'm gonna date myself here, but that's okay. Back in the day, we had self-tanner, which they still have obviously, and but it was not anywhere near what is available today. And you would put it on your leg, and you had to just make sure that it was incredibly even, and you just, no parts that it was thicker than other parts, no parts that you put on less than other parts. And if you even made the slightest error, you had a huge streak going down your leg, and it was just ridiculous. And it seemed to cling to like the back of your ankle and your knees, and especially if you did not immediately wash your hands after each and every application, your palms turned orange, especially down here. So it was incredibly telling that you had used a self-tanner. Of course we all did, because we all wanted to look like we, were outside people. And, it just one of those things you didn't talk about if your best friend showed up at a party with a big orange streak on her leg. But it kind of turned me off to self-tanners altogether. But after trying this dress on and seeing like, it looks like I'm wearing white tights, I went ahead and tried that, and it was amazing. It went on, excuse me, like a lotion. You do have to put it on somewhat evenly, but nowhere near what you used to have to. It did not smell, which was one of the things that was a huge problem with past self tanners. And it stayed on throughout the day. It does say it's waterproof. I would go more with water resistant because while I didn't like douse it with water during the day, it didn't transfer to the skirt or any furniture or anything like that. But that evening I did take a shower and used a loofah, and it came off as it should. As it should. It doesn't advertise that it's long lasting. It's, you know, water resistant. The other thing that I found that I really, really like is a Mother's Day gift that the part-time woman gave me, and it's this, oh boy, this NYX liquid lipstick lingerie, and it's a nude-ish color, and I know in past videos I had said I don't really care for liquid lipsticks because they tend to run, but I did find a liner that I used, and it's a little bit darker or thicker than I would normally put on my lip liner, and it seems to be doing the job. Can't really see it very well on here, but I really like it. I like it that it's not like a very popping color for just like everyday use. I also got like a pink mauve color that I wear occasionally. It's kind of living in my purse right now for, you know, in between applications and things like that. And then the last thing is something that I took from an Ipsy bag 2 months ago. I can't remember, but I do remember that I pronounced it incorrectly. I believe I called it Ofra, and it's Ofra or something like that. And I really, it's beautiful. I love it. And it's, it works really well on my skin. It doesn't settle into the wrinkles like a lot of the liquid highlighters do. And it got lots and lots of compliments on it. And when we went to California, by the way, if you ever want to just feel great about yourself, move away from somewhere when you are like physically not looking your best, and you know, whether that be overweight or tired or whatever. Come back 10 years later, 60 pounds lighter, different hair color, happy with your life, and you are going to get compliments and compliments and compliments, and you're going to be flying high all the way home until you step into your house and realize, wow, I left this place a dumpster fire before we left and while I was packing, and shoot. But other than that, you know, that's a good way to feel about yourself. Anyway, moving on up and over, I have my Ipsy package. Beautiful pink package that I love getting, opening the mailbox and seeing that. And let's see what we got here. Okay. Unfortunately, it looks like we did not get a card telling us what is in here. So I'm gonna have to wing it. I apologize. I know I'm going to mess this up. There's just no way around it. I can't help it. The first thing is these two, oh, they're the same. Okay. These two sheet masks, and they are intense hydrating spirulina masks, and they are meant to replenish, hydrate, and calm tired skin. And wow, do they make these for the brain? I need one for my brain. Spirulina, back in the day, you used to, it's a seaweed type thing. Back in the day, they recommended taking that as like a vitamin supplement, and now they don't. And it cracks me up. It's just like, go ahead and take this. Oh no, don't, because it's not good for you anymore. And then we move on to the cosmetic bag that we get in every Ipsy bag, which some of these have been really cute, and unfortunately that appears to have been broken. It is a rose gold glitter cosmetic bag, and glitter and I do not get along. Let me show you why. Yep, I don't care what you do to something with glitter. You can seal it, you can spray it, you can do some kind of weird hocus pocus on it. It's going to come off. In my house, we refer to glitter as devil dust because no matter what you do, it stays around. Back in the day when we used to craft, or when makeup was being done with glitter, or costumes being made with glitter, this stuff was everywhere, and I still find it to this day, even though none of that stuff happens anymore. And so we will definitely be passing this one along to the original owner. It's pretty, but if I put this in my bag, it would be all over everything. And yeah, that's just a personal opinion. You might be a glitter person, I don't know, but there's that. Opening the bag, we have a brush, as usual. I think it was a couple videos ago I asked, is there such a thing as having too many brushes? And I think at that time I said, no, you can never have too many brushes. And now I call myself a big liar, because you can have too many brushes. And I think that I found that out when I was trying to clean the bathroom, and I was moving things around, and oh look, there's another brush, and oh look, there's another brush, when I really only use like 3 of them. This is called Farrah, and it is a double-sided brush. It is, I'm sorry, a 22E shade and blend brush. There we go with that end, and a little bit longer. Okay, the bristles are very, very soft. They seem to hold their shape well. Ooh. I'm gonna tell you, the barrel feels cheap. It feels plastic. ASMR. It's not, yeah, I don't know how much I would trust this like for long wear or anything like that, like keeping it around, but it could be cute to throw in like a travel bag or something like that. But yeah, I don't feel like it's sturdy, and there's no weight to it whatsoever. Next we have this eyeliner, Pixel Eye. This is interesting. It's got a green end on it, which typically, I don't know, to me that's a color corrector, but whatever. But it's definitely black. I'm gonna open it, don't tell a part-time woman. Shh. Oh, it's gone, okay. Oh, there we go, okay. Ooh, yeah, definitely. Black, very pretty. Ooh, it's very smooth, very, very smooth. Barely touched it. It's thick. It's definitely thick and heavy, like a heavy line. Not heavy feeling, but I would expect it would probably be for like a winged eyeliner, or a winged eye, or maybe even like a cat eye, something like that, which your girl's not trying to do, because last time I did that, my husband asked me if I sneezed while I was putting on my eye makeup and sent me into the bathroom crying. So besides that, next we have Gold Faden MD. It's a moisturizer. It really looks kind of clinical, doesn't it? It looks like a medicine or something. And decent size packaging for a trial size of a moisturizer. Doesn't smell bad at all. Doesn't smell like anything really. And it's not greasy at all. It actually goes in very, very well, which greasy moisturizers is something I have a problem with. They just seem to kind of sit there and clog my skin. So not a fan. Oh well. But this one actually seems to be pretty good. So, and gotta say this feels like a little bit of a lighter Ipsy bag than we usually get. Not as many items inside of it, and the fact that we're missing the content card makes me wonder if it was like put together in a hurry or what was going on. But yeah, not the usual stuff, I guess. The last thing we have is, you know, I'm gonna say it wrong. Good Lord. Oriza, anyway, there we go. And it is a nude shimmer and contour eyeshadow, which, that's interesting. Oh, it's pretty. It's very pretty. It's very shimmery. Look at that. And Swatch Queen strikes again. Should we swatch it? We should, but I think we all know how that's going to turn out. But you know what? I was watching a Tati video recently, and quick side note, quick. She had Jennifer Lopez's makeup artist on, and let me just say, it's a good lesson on why you should never ever judge a book by its cover, because this guy, and he's apparently a pretty famous makeup artist, did not look like a makeup artist. He looked like he belonged on Muscle Beach in Venice, California, if you know what that is, or that he might be like some kind of football coach, or you know, in high school football coach or something like that. He was stacked. And alluding back to that orange self tanner from earlier, yeah, but he like guided her through the, well, 2 videos. First, he did her makeup and it was phenomenal, and then secondly, he guided her through the best way to do her makeup. And it's just a good lesson on there. You can always learn something. Even if you're at the top of your game, you can always learn something. But she swatched, and she did 2 finger swatches, and which is something that I think maybe I could try. And we'll see if my swatches aren't that horrible this time, but we'll see. First, we'll do the top 2. This one's very shimmery. The color names aren't on it, maybe probably on the card that didn't come. And this one's shimmery, and this one's more of a matte, but it's much darker. So we'll do those here, down here. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, there's those. They're fairly pigmented. The second one obviously being darker because it's not shimmery. They blend out really well. Ooh, especially that first one is really pretty. That's super pretty. Okay, and now let me clean my hand on my shorts. And then we'll do the second 2. And this is more of a nude color, and that's more of a bronzy brown. Okay, and let's do those over here. Okay, there. Okay, so this one obviously is lighter. I'm trying to blend it out that way. Yeah, and then this one's a little bit darker. I like it. They're pretty. I don't have anything bad to say about those. They blend really well. They're pigmented. I like them. So again, poor part-time woman may not be getting this one out of her bag either. Sorry, not sorry. And that's it. I don't know if it was just because I was more talky earlier, or because I don't know, but it feels like a light bag to me, but that's okay. I think that's it. I guess I would like to close with just a real quick, this drama that happened, that I alluded to earlier, and my social media break that I alluded to earlier. If I could like give advice, not that you asked for it, but hey, you're here, just from a slightly older person, or maybe even not, to somebody, you know, and unsolicited advice is usually ignored, but just, we moved away from California over 20 years ago, and we had a lot of family drama going on. We had a lot of friendship drama going on. We had just so much personal drama going on, and I think that a lot of it dissipated when we moved away. And even when it didn't, we were able to remove ourselves from it just because of, you know, hey, we're thousands of miles away, sorry, you know. And now I'm watching these people on YouTube, and watching these people, you know, Hollywood stars and things like that are involved. And I do think a lot of it is blown up just for entertainment purposes, but I also think that because of that, we as a society tend to thrive on scandal and on drama, and on, you know, watching people's lives be canceled. And I think in the long run, we forget that there's actually real people behind this. I keep going back to Pro Jared and his wife, and he blocked her from all of these social medias that he was posting these things on, and they were blatant lies. And she came out with her own receipts exposing his lies. And I think that, A, this should have been handled personally, but he chose to go a different route. And I keep thinking, like, what did she do to deserve this except trust her husband? And things like that. I think as a society, we need to help people instead of relishing their drama, or instead of like hoping to turn on YouTube or turn on TMZ or turn on any of these things and seeing, you know, what the latest tea is. And I think that, I know for me personally, like backing away from that drama is really, really good for your soul and good for your heart. And although it was hard for me to be on a social media fast that weekend that everything blew up, I think it was also good for me, because I would have just been glued to my computer and not spent time with my family, or not spent time doing the things that I needed to do. So if I were able to pass one piece of advice on, it would just be to live your own life and be your best version of yourself. And that usually does not involve drama. And if somebody tries to pull you into their drama, then you just ignore them. They don't have your best interest at heart in any way. So that is my Ipsy Bag review, my favorite things review, my Dr. Meredith Speaks review, and anything else that you could think of, I guess. Anything else that pops off in my sad little mind. So I will see you guys. I know I promised I would get a video up of my husband doing my makeup, and I just flat out my truth. Hello, Gabriel Zamora. Keeping it 100, I didn't have time, and I'm going to work on that. But June is typically a busy month, so I'm not going to promise it because I can't. But you guys be good and do the best that you can for other people as well. See you later. Bye.